So, this trip starts in a very simple way. I'm in the underground parking, putting my bag into the car. Nothing special, just getting ready for the evening. I take my camera, check my things, close the car, and we leave. The plan for today is to go kayaking around Louvre Abu Dhabi. I've seen this place many times before, but mostly from land. This time I wanted to see it from the water. We drive to Saadiyat Island. The road is calm, the weather is nice, and I'm already thinking that the timing should be perfect because we are going there around 5:30 in the evening. That means we should catch the sunset while we are on the kayak. When we arrive, we take a small electric car to the kayaking point. It's a short ride, but you already can see the Louvre from different sides. The building looks different every time you move a little bit. First you see the walls, then the water, and then the big dome starts to appear. At some point, I even go back on foot for a moment, and then take the electric car again. It wasn't really planned, but it gave me a chance to film more shots around the Louvre. Sometimes these little moments actually help the video. Then we finally come down to the kayaking area. There are kayaks near the water. People are getting ready and the instructor gives us a short briefing. He explains how to hold the paddle, how to turn, how to stop, and how to stay safe in the water. It sounds easy when someone explains it, but when you sit in the kayak for the first time, you still need a few minutes to feel comfortable. So, I get into the kayak, and at first, I am just trying to understand the balance. The kayak moves a little, the water moves under you, and you don't want to do anything fast. The first few minutes are just about getting used to it. I try to paddle straight, then I turn a little too much, then I correct myself. But after some time, it becomes easier. You start to feel the rhythm. And then we start moving around Louvre Abu Dhabi, counterclockwise. The first thing I notice is the dome. From land, the dome already looks big and impressive, but from the kayak, when you are lower and closer to the water, it feels even bigger. You look up at it, and it feels like it's hanging above the museum. I really like this part because the dome is not just for beauty. It's a very simple idea when you look at it: sun, shade, water, and architecture together. But when you are there, it feels very special. For a moment, I just want to stop talking and look around. You hear the paddle touching the water, you see the dome above you, and everything becomes very calm. Here I wanted to show the dome a little closer because from far away it just looks like one huge roof. But when you look carefully, you can see how complex it is. It's made of many layers, almost like metal weaving, with patterns placed on above another. The idea is not only to make it beautiful, the dome also creates shade and controls the sunlight. So instead of strong direct sun, the light passes through these layers and becomes soft. That is why you see these patterns of light and shadow on the walls, on the floor, and even on the water. For me, this is one of the best parts of Louvre Abu Dhabi. The design is beautiful, but it also has a real function. Now you can see the water, the open space in the area where I was kayaking on the left. This helps show the full picture not only from the kayak, but also from inside the museum. For me, this angle connects the museum, the water, and the whole atmosphere of this place. Then the view opens towards the bridge and Saadiyat Island. You can see the water, the road, the sky, and the museum all together. What I like is that the museum doesn't look the same from every side. When you move around it slowly, it keeps changing. From one side, it looks open and bright. From another side, it feels more quiet and messy. At one point, I paddled closer to the wall of the museum. This part is interesting because you can clearly see that the Louvre stands right in the water. The wall is simple, and below it you have the water moving and reflecting everything. I think from this angle the museum looks completely different. When you walk near it, you see one thing, but when you are in kayak, close to the wall, it feels much more personal. You are not just looking at the building from outside, You are moving right next to it. And this is when I understand that the water is really part of this place. The Louvre isn't just standing near the sea. It feels like the building was made to be seen with the water around it. I also added the short moment from another day filmed from inside the Louvre. Here you can see kayakers passing by from the side. I wanted to include it so you can see how the experience looks from another point of view. When you're in the kayak, you feel the water, the movement, and the size of the building around you. But from inside the Louvre, the whole scene feels different. You can see how grand the museum really is, how carefully it was designed, and how naturally the water becomes part of the place. That is what I like about Louvre Abu Dhabi. You can discover it in many ways, from inside, from outside, from the water, or just by watching kayakers pass under this huge dome. I added this shot to show the scale of the place and how different it feels from every end. And then the sunset starts. This was the main reason why we came in the evening. Around this time, the light becomes softer, the sun goes lower, the water becomes darker, and the whole place changes. The Louvre starts to look warmer. The dome, the walls, the water, everything gets this evening color. I remember thinking that this is exactly the right time to be here. Not too early, not too late, just the moment when the day slowly turns into evening. We pedal back slowly. There is no need to hurry. You just move with the water, look around, and enjoy the last part of the road. And that is what made this evening memorable